Go ahead and sit down. All right. Any pains or injuries I should know about before we start? Good. Pains or injuries. Okay, good. Ankles. Okay, so we're balancing some poses and you need to step out of it. Go ahead and step out of it. All right, good day, everyone. This is Stephen Chang coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com, and if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Today's class is open flow. It is level 1, level 2. If you're working with any kind of special conditions or limitations, make sure that you do modify or skip poses altogether, making good decisions about your movement practice so that you don't create any injuries or perpetuate any injuries. Now, if your hips or your low back are tight, please elevate and sit up on some blocks or some blankets. Sitting up a little bit taller will be easier for you to maintain a lengthy spine as you sit. All right, let the palms face up. Fingers come to Jnana Mudra, thumb and index fingers touching. And as you ground evenly through your seat, elongate through your spine. And let your inhales even out with your exhales. Whenever you're ready, Ujjayi breath, oceans breathing. So with the lips touching and a slight restriction to the back of the throat, creating the ha sound as you inhale and exhale, kind of like you're trying to fog up a mirror with your nose. Three ohms together. Inhale. Keeping the eyes closed, hands together in prayer from the heart, pressing the thumbs into your heart, heart back into the thumbs, lifting the heart up toward the sky, setting your intention for yoga practice, devoting your practice to someone or something or to yourself, your supreme self that lives within your heart, chanting the mantra for purification, purifying the space in which you practice yoga. Call and response, I will call it and repeat the response with you. Om Pavitraha, Om Pavitraha, Pavitrawa, Pavitrawa, Sarva Vushtan, Sarva Vushtan, Gatopiwa, Gatopiwa, Yaha Smarit, Yaha Smarit, Pundrikaksham, Pundrikaksham, Sapahya, Sapahya, Bihyandraha, Bihyandraha, Suchihi, Suchihi. Beginning to open the eyes, palms face up, fingers come back to Jnana Mudra. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, right ear to the right shoulder. Right hand to the left side of the head, pulling gently to elongate. And then chin toward the right shoulder and continue to pull gently to the back of the head so you're stretching your neck. Release back to center, drop the right hand. Left ear to the left shoulder, left hand to the right side. And then chin toward the left shoulder. Release back to center, drop the left hand, chin toward the chest. Big circles with the head in one direction. Ear to one side, roll it back. Opposite side, roll the center. Go in that same direction a few more times, allowing these circles to bring movement to the neck and the shoulders, warming them up. And then chin back toward the chest and pause. And then taking the opposite direction. And then moving just as slowly. And then one more giant circle, chin back toward the chest. And then lifting the chin parallel to the floor in neutral spine. Extend the legs forward, separating your feet. Hands supporting to either side and sitting up tall. Turn your toes toward each other and then roll them out. Draw in, roll out, draw in. Take outer rotation, circling the ankles. So now you're moving your hip joints, knee joints, ankle joints. Take it back to center and switch them around. Inner rotation, so opposite direction. All right, so if you don't do these a lot, it could get a little bit confusing. Like, how do you control your feet in circles, right? All right, come back to center. Cross your shins again, but this time take the opposite shin on top. So this is a non-dominant crossing of the legs. Might feel a little bit awkward, a little bit tighter than the first side. Inhale, arms up high and extend. Exhale, twist to the right. So right hand behind you, left hand to the right knee. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Inhale, back to center, arms up. Exhale, twist to the other side. Left hand behind you, right hand to your left knee. Back to center again, arms up. Exhale, side bends. Right hand down, left arm overhead. Back to center again, other side. Back to center, extend the legs forward, forward fold, arms up high, inhale. Exhale, reach your hands forward to grab the feet, ankles or your shins, then re-lengthen your spine, think of a neutral spine. On the exhale, hinge at the hips with that straight spine, drawing forward, beginning to stretch your lower back. So you don't have to touch your feet, you can always grab your ankles or your shins. Just holding on to something will give you more support. Now, Zane, right? So since you're so round in the back, let's bend the knees, right? Let's bend the knees. Good. Then flexing your feet, grabbing the shins, inhale, lengthen. So maintain that lengthy spine, right? And then hinge at the hips, draw forward. Try to avoid the roundedness, but instead, with that neutral spine, you're going to feel for the lower back stretch a lot better, right? All right, so for now, until you gain more flexibility, this is how you should do your forward fold, so you can really stretch your lower back. All right, start to release, coming back up. Draw the left heel in and the right heel back, creating a letter S with your legs. Then walk your hands over to the left side. Let's take a twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist, and then bow forward about halfway. So it's a forward fold and a twist to your left. Stopping at the halfway point. Inhale again. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper, bow forward a little bit more, so you should feel a nice rotation into your spine. Inhale, release, coming back up, keep the legs as they are. Exhale, twist to the right. Back to center, left hand to the floor, lift the seat up. Raise your right arm up and across the collarbone, back in space. So it's a shoulder opener as well as a back bend. Then raise your right arm up over the right ear, stretching toward the left side. So you're going into a right side stretch. And release your seat back down, come back to center, switch sides. Right heel comes in, left leg goes back behind you, creating a reverse letter S. Walk your hands over to the right side, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist and bow forward about halfway. Stopping at the halfway point, inhale again. Exhale, twist deeper, bow forward a little bit more. Release, coming back up. Keep the legs as they are and counter twist to your left side. And back to center again. Right hand comes to your floor. Lift the seat. Left arm across the collarbone, back in space. So it's a shoulder opener and a back bend. Then raise your left arm up over the left ear, reaching toward the right side. So it's a left side stretch. Take the seat back down. Take the soles of our feet together, knees apart. Draw the heels in. And then butterfly your knees just a little bit, giving yourself a little bit more hip opening. Good. Left hand to the floor, right hand pressing the inner right thigh away from you. So you're going for an inner right thigh stretch, inner right hip stretch. Release, back to center, other side. Right hand down, left hand pressing your inner left thigh away from you. Good. Release. Take the legs slightly further forward, creating a diamond shape with your legs, and then grabbing the inner feet. Or if you have a little bit more flexibility, thread the arms underneath and just round your back to draw forward. So this forward fold is a very easy, very soft forward fold with lots of roundedness. So you're creating space through the back bodies. All right, begin to make your way back up. Bend your knees and swing the legs back behind you, coming to your hands and your knees. So measure out about shoulders width distance with your hands, and your middle fingers point straight forward. Line up your shoulders over your wrists, vertical line. Your knees are about hips width, hips over your knees, vertical line there. So hands and knees vertical. Tucking your toes under for additional support. On the inhale, draw the navel down, raise your tail, raise the back of the head so you're back bending again. On the exhale, round the spine, dome the middle of the back up toward the sky, chin toward the chest. This is that 2 more times. Inhale, navel down, tail up, back of the head up. Exhale, round the spine. These are cat-cows. Inhale, cow pose, back bending. Dropping the navel, raise your tail, raise the back of the head. Exhale, round the spine. This is your cat pose. Come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, kick your right heel back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw the right knee in toward the nose 3 times. Inhale, kick back. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale, kick back, Davashi. So right leg, other leg, other leg. Draw the right knee in toward the nose. Kick it back again. Keep the right heel back. Extend the left arm forward. So opposite arm forward, left arm forward. Then bend your right knee. If you're able to, reach back to grab the foot and kick back. Start to release. Take it back to your hands and knees. Let's do that cat-cow 3 more times. Draw the navel down. Raise your tail. Raise the back of the head on the inhale. Exhale, round the spine. Chin toward the chest. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Come back to neutral spine. Zayn back to neutral. Good. Inhale. Kick your left heel back. Exhale. Left knee in toward the nose. Inhale. Kick your left heel back. Exhale. Left knee in toward the nose. Inhale. Kick back. Exhale. Left knee in. This time, kick your left heel back. Keep it there. And then reach your right arm forward, reaching opposition, extending first. And then bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand. Grab the foot. And then kick back. So you should feel a nice stretch into your right arm and your left thigh. And start to release, coming back to hands and knees. Lift the knees, down dog, shifting back in space, pressing evenly between your hands and your feet. You can walk it out side to side just to loosen things up. Good. Come back to down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round. Hold it here, 3. You want to round the spine and lift the feet, 2. 1, kick your right heel back up, stack the hips. So right side stacking over your left, right knee's reaching up, left heel's reaching down as you bend your right knee. So this is your 3-legged dog. Raise your right leg back up, stepping your right foot forward. Between your hands, ground the back heel down at an angle, and then lunge your front knee forward. Line up the right knee over the right heel. So back heel comes all the way down to the floor. Good. And then rise up to warrior 1. Extend the arms up high. All right, so Devashti, you want to lean back a little bit so you can ground his back heel down. You might want to walk forward a little bit so you can step all the way down. Good. Back heel all the way down. Good. Extend that leg. So now you're strong in a warrior pose. Extend the arms up. Inhale, lengthen your front leg, reach up higher. Exhale, bend the front knee, arms alongside. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching up, bending your front knee. This is your warrior one. Exhale, open up the arms, open up the hips for warrior two. Same thing here. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. One more. Inhale, lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse, warrior. Right arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. You can modify with the right arm to top of the right leg, or you can take the right hand down. If you can touch down easily, left arm reaching up. Inhale, take it all the way back up. Reverse, warrior, right arm up and back. Then hands to the floor, right foot stepping back, plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. Take the hands alongside the rib cage, elbows drawn back. On the inhale, lift up, baby cobra. So your belly and your lower ribs stay on the floor. On the exhale, lower almost all the way down, so you're still hovering. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher, lower belly and your lower ribs come away from the floor, so you're about halfway up. Exhale, lower almost all the way down. Inhale, lift up even higher. If you have full extension of your arms for cobra, take it. If that's too deep, then keep a slight bending of the elbows. Good. So this is a back bend, right? So the higher up you go with your torso, the lower the back bend. Lower all the way down. Child's pose. Lift the seat, draw the seat toward the heels, and fold forward, stretching your lower back. And make your way back to down dog. Let the head release. Inhale, raise your left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee in toward the nose and round. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Kick it back up. Open up the hips, bend the left knee. So as you stack your left hip over your right, left knee is reaching up toward the sky, right heel is reaching down toward the floor. Raise your left leg back up, stepping your left foot forward, warrior one. Ground the back heel down and then rise up. So you want the right heel all the way down to your floor, extending the arms up and lengthen. Inhale, lengthen front leg, reach up higher. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. 3 times. Lengthen, reach up. Bend the front knee, arms alongside. Lengthen, reach up. Keep the arms reaching. Bend the front knee. This is your warrior one, arms up. Exhale, open up the arms. Open up the hips for warrior two. Same thing here. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two. Lengthen, reach up. Warrior two. Flip the front palm. Reverse, warrior. Left arm up and back. Exhale, side angle. Press your left arm to top of the left leg or the hand to the floor. If you can easily touch down, right arm up. Inhale, all the way back up, reverse warrior. And then hands to the floor, left foot, stepping back plank. Inhale, one breath. Exhale, lower all the way down to the belly. So actually, you might want to take your socks off so that you don't stick to the mat. All right? All right, whenever you're ready, inhale, lift up baby cobra. So your belly and your lower ribs stay on the floor. So notice when you're lowered down, right? This is more like a mid-back bend. Lower almost all the way down, stay hovering. Inhale, lift up a little bit higher. So when you lift your belly and your lower ribs away from the floor, you're going downwards toward the spine. And then lower almost all the way down, still hovering. Inhale, lift up even higher, cobra pose. So if you have full extension of your arms again, take it. Otherwise, if it's too deep, keep your elbows bending. So this is your cobra pose, Bhujangasana. Lower all the way down, and then child's pose. Once again, feet toward the heels and fold. Down dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee. This time, right knee to touch the outside of the right arm and hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Kick back up, three-legged dog. Stepping the right foot forward. Warrior 1. Arms up high, ground the back heel down. Take the left hand to catch your right wrist, extend up, and then side bend to your left. Take it back up, switch hands, extend, side bend to your right. Back to center. Wrap the hands back behind you, interlace your fingers, broaden your shoulders, reach your knuckles back, and gently looking up for a back bend. And then bow forward. Devotional warrior, crown of the head to the inside of the foot. Take it all the way back up, warrior 1. Open it up, warrior 2. Lengthen the front leg, triangle pose. Left hip slightly drawing back, right arm reaching further forward. Hand to the top of the shin if you're less flexible. Hand to the floor if you're more flexible. Left arm reaching up. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse triangle, right arm up and back. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. This time we'll take a full push-up. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, push-up, chaturanga. Roll over your toes. You're on the tops of the feet. Lift the chest. It's your up dog. Roll over your toes again. Down dog. Inhale, left heel up. Three-legged dog. Left knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips and bend the left knee. Left knee to the outside of the left arm and touch. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Kick back up. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior 1. Ground the back heel down. Arms up high and extend. Right hand catching your left wrist. Extend, side bending to the right. So you should feel a nice stretch on your left shoulder, left side ribs. Take it back up, switch, extend, side bend to your left. Release back to center, wrap the hands back behind you, interlace with the opposite thumb on top, draw the shoulders back, reach your knuckles back, gaze upwards. Bow forward, devotional warrior, crown of the head to the inside of the foot. Take it all the way back up, warrior 1, arms up high. Exhale, open it up, warrior 2. Lengthen your left leg, triangle pose. Tip the right hip slightly back, reach your left hand further forward. Hand to the top of the shin or to the floor, right arm up. Inhale all the way back up, reverse triangle. Then bend the front knee, hands to the floor, left foot stepping back, plank. Full push-up. Inhale, 1 breath. Exhale, push-up, chaturanga. Roll over your toes. You're on the tops of the feet. Lift the chest, up dog. Roll over your toes again, down dog. Inhale, right leg up, three-legged dog. Right knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Kick up, open up the hips, bend the right knee outside of the right arm and touch. Kick it back up. This time, knee comes into twist and touch the left arm. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Kick it back up. Three-legged dog. Stepping. Your right foot forward. Warrior 1. Arms up high. Right, back heel down. Good. Hands together in prayer. Interlace your fingers and press your palms forward. On the inhale, lengthen your front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, press forward, and add a twist to the right 3 times. Square back to center, lengthen, reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist right. Square center, lengthen, reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Stay twisting to the right. Right hand behind you for the half bind. Left arm to the outer right knee for your twisted side angle. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Right arm up and back. Extended side angle. Right hand to the floor or modifying elbow to the knee. Then left palm face down. Reach forward to the front of the room. So Zane, left arm forward to the front of the room. Good. So now going again for the left side extension. Reach through your left fingertips forward. Ground through the back heel down. And look for that length. Inhale, come all the way back up, reverse warrior. Lengthen out the right leg, extended triangle. So again, right hand to the floor if you have it. And then left palm face down, same thing. Reach your left arms forward. Get lengthy through your left side. So Davashi, try to stack your shoulders. Yeah, there you go. All right, inhale, come all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to your floor. Right foot stepping back, plank. Stay here in plank. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows, chaturanga. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Up dog. Stay here. 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Inhale, left heel up, 3-legged dog. Left knee in toward the nose and round the spine. Inhale, kick up, open up the hips, bend the left knee. Left knee outside of the left arm and touch. Kick it back up. Knee comes into twist, touching your right arm. Hold it here. 3, 2, 1. Kick it back up. Stepping your left foot forward. Warrior 1. Back heel comes down, arms up high, then hands together in prayer, interlace your fingers, particularly other thumb on top, so non-dominant interlacing of your hands, and press forward. Lengthen front leg, reach up high. Bend the front knee, press forward, add a twist to your left 3 times. Square center, lengthen, reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Square center, lengthen, reach up. Bend, press forward, and twist. Stay twisting. Left hand behind you, half bind. Hook the right arm to outer left leg for your twist. So use that resistance to twist deeper. Inhale, all the way back up and around. Reverse warrior, left arm up and back. Extended side angle. Left hand inside the foot. Right palm face down and reach forward to the front of the room. Extended side angle. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse warrior. Lengthen out the left leg. Extended triangle. Hand to the inside of the foot. Right palm face down. Reach forward. All right, keep working on stacking your shoulders. So the right side over your left and lean back a little bit. Inhale all the way back up. Reverse triangle. Bend the front knee, hands to the floor. Left foot stepping back, plank. Hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the elbows, stay here for 3, 2, 1. Up dog, stay here for 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Inhale, right heel up. Step the right foot forward between your hands. Left knee comes down to the floor. Untuck your toes. Now, if your knees are sensitive and you need extra padding, you can always take your mat, left side folding towards center, with double up your mat for more cushioning. Right? If you're directly on the floor and you're pretty good there, stay there. So you want to take the hands to the top of the thighs and lunge your hips forward so you can get into the stretch of your left quads. All right? Then take your hands to the top of the thighs and press your hands to your thighs. Think about your belly coming away from your thighs as you lean the upper torso back and gently looking up. And stay here for a few breaths. Lean back. So you're going into a crescent moon, right? So this is the back bend that's happening. With the left foot extending back, hips moving forward, is your quad stretch. Upper torso leaning back is your back bend. Stretching of your belly, stretching of your psoas. All right? Release your hands to the floor, to the inside of the right foot. Right toes turn out at an angle, 30 to 45 degrees, and the right thigh also turns out. Then walk your left hand a little bit wider. Twist to the right. Raise your right arm up and behind you, half bind. All right, keep the hips lunging forward. Good. As you stack your shoulders, so you want to draw the right shoulder back in space to twist. There you go. Good. Stay in that twist and raise your right arm up over the right ear, reaching toward the left side. We're going into a side stretch as you maintain your rotation. All right, release your hands to the floor in front of you. Then walk your hands forward about a foot. Do the best if you can, lowering your forearms to the floor. Now, if this is really deep for your hips and you're not able to lower your forearms down, keep your arms extending forward. Keep your arms extended, right? And then leaning the hips forward, so you're going into a hip opener. You can always keep your hands apart. So, keep your hands apart so you can leverage the weight. Just keep the hips lunging forward, going into the hip opening. So Zane, you might want to grab the other block and use the other side as well. Yeah, both arms. Yeah, so you're even on both sides. Yeah, there you go. All right, so if you don't have blocks to help you and you're not able to take your forearms down, right, the option is to just move your arms forward. So you're basically shortening your arms and you're lunging your hips forward for the hip opening, right? Anytime you're taking a flexibility pose, you're holding it so that you're allowing the muscles to help to start to release so you can get the benefits of that stretch. One more breath. All right, let's start to walk your hands back in. Turn the right toes back forward and then frame your right leg with your hands. Tuck the left toes under, half split. You're going to shift your hips back in space. Line up the hips with your left knee so you have a vertical line with the left thigh. Flex your right foot, hands supporting to either side. Re-lengthen your spine. Try to lengthen the leg if you can, and then on the exhale, gently drawing forward. So again, try not to immediately go into the rounded back, but instead lengthen, maintain that lengthiness, and then hinge at the hips and draw forward best you can. Good. Yep. All right, so if you tighten the hamstrings, this might be very difficult, right? So just do the best you can in terms of stretching. As long as you're feeling a little bit of stretch, it's good enough for today. You don't have to take a full extension. Of course, a slight bending of the knees if you need it, right? So this is perfectly fine as long as you're feeling for the stretch. One more breath. All righty, let's break. Begin to step the right foot back down. Again, frame your right foot with your hands. Tuck the left toes under, lift the left knee. So now you're in a low lunge. Keep your left hand down, raise your right arm up to twist. Then take the right hand behind you for a half bind. Keeping a half bind, revolved half moon. So take the gaze to the floor for balance. Walk your left hand forward about a foot from your toes, a little bit off to left side. And as you shift forward, it's opposite hand and foot to balance. And then once you have your balance, you want to think about keeping your pelvis level to the floor, so square to the floor, but you want to take the right shoulder to lift and draw back. So the twist is happening from your mid-spine, is your shoulders beginning to stack one over the other, but keeping your pelvis level to the floor. All right, so if you want to come to your fingertips, if you come to your fingertips, you can lift the torso a little higher. You can lengthen out the right leg a little bit more. That's right. Right, may I adjust you, right? Keep the right hand behind you. Think about lifting your chest and then rotating. There you go. It's tough, right? Especially when you don't do this a lot, right? All right, let's break. Stepping your left foot all the way back, and then circle all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. De-rotate and stretch out your right side. And then hands to the floor, right foot stepping back plank. And then lower all the way down to the belly once again. Then reach your toes back, reach your fingertips back. Shalabhasana, locust pose. On the inhale, lift the head, lift the upper back. Then lift your feet, lift your thighs. And then reach your fingertips back. Good. So this is a back bend as well as a lift for your legs, your glutes, your upper back, lower back. For another 3, 2, 1. Lower all the way down, hands alongside the rib cage, child's pose. Gently, slowly lift up, and then drawing your seat back toward the heels. So coming out of the back bend into a forward bend, stretching the opposite side. Let's stay here. And start to roll up onto your shins, tuck the toes under. Give yourself about a fist distance between your knees. And you're going to stand up tall here on your knees. Tuck your toes under for additional support. All right, and then arms alongside. All right, so you're going to lean the torso back. Keep the spine and the hips one straight line. So try not to go into a back bend. Try not to go into a forward bend. One straight line. You're going to lean back like a plank board. And then lift back up 5 times. Lean back. And then lift up. Lean back. Lift up 2 more times. Lean back. Lift up. This time, lean back and hold it here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up. Walk your hands forward. Down dog. Raise your left leg up. 3-legged dog. Stepping your left foot forward between your hands. Right knee comes down. Take extra padding to right knee if you need to. And walk your hands to the top of the thighs. So once again, you want to lean the hips forward to go into the quad stretch. Press your hands into your thighs and lean the upper torso back. So you want the back bend and thigh and the belly coming away from the thighs. Good. Stay there for a few breaths. So this is a really nice quad stretch going into your psoas, right? Alrighty. Release your hands to the inside of the left foot. Turn your left toes out and the left thigh out about 30 to 45 degrees. Walk your right hand a little bit wider. Raise your left arm up and behind you, half bind to twist. Good. Keep the hips leaning forward. Hips are leaning forward. Continue to work into your quad stretch as you stack your shoulders one over the other. Draw the left shoulder back, rotating into your spine. Right, just think about this action. Yes. Now keep the rotation. Raise your left arm up and over left ear, reaching toward the right side. And take your hands to the floor in front of you. Walk your hands forward about a foot. If you're able to, forearms down. You can take your forearms to a block. If you're not able to, just walk your hands further forward. Keep your hips lunging forward. And then keep your arms extended. Good. More open on this side, or you just didn't think you were able to do it? Okay, good. And above you is less flexible on this side. Yeah, the guy's opposite and you're the same. That's okay. Right? These are the things that help us kind of realize where we are weaker, where we are stronger, where we're more flexible, less flexible. So, right, sometimes if we're really dominant on one side and we use that side a lot more, it tends to be stronger and less flexible because you're, right? Okay. Yeah. Even that is not always true. Just because you're stronger, that doesn't mean that that side will be more less flexible. Sometimes it just depends on how your habitual movements are and just how your body is structured, right? And so there are no specific rules necessarily about it. I mean, there's some generalizations, right? But it's not always true. All right, let's start to break. Lift back up, walk your hands back in. You're going to turn the left toes back forward and square your hips. Frame your left foot with your hands. Tuck the back toes under. You're going to shift back with your hips over your right knee. Vertical line with your right thigh. Flex your left foot. Begin to feel for the stretch of the back of the left leg. Hands to either side. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Try to maintain that lengthiness as you draw forward to get into the stretch. Are you able to flex your foot some more? Yeah, good. You can always keep your left knee bent. That's okay. You're going to just work on feeling for the stretch of the back of the left leg. Good. You might want to shift back forward a little bit and line up the hip with the knee. So there you go, more vertical. And tuck the toes under for additional support. Back toes, tuck it under if you can. Right? Yeah, that way. Right? So you're still sitting down, so try to lift up. Yeah. You can even move your heel further. There you go. And then with your hands supporting, you can walk your hands further if you can. Okay, that's about it. So let's stay there. Yeah. So as long as you're feeling for the hamstrings and the back of the left leg in general, that's good. And so again, as we get more experience by repetition and doing the poses more, you can always adjust accordingly, right? So as you do it, every time hopefully you get more strong, more flexible, so that you can structuralize your pose better so that you get into a much more productive stretch every time, or productive pose every time. All right, step your left foot back down. Again, frame your left foot with your hands, lift the right knee. So you're now in a low lunge. Keep the right hand down. Raise your left arm up to twist. Left hand behind you, half bind. Now maintaining the half bind, revolved half moon. Walk your right hand forward about a foot from your left toes. Shift the weight forward, reach your right heel back. So your hips are squared to the floor. You're looking to stack your left shoulder over your right as you twist. Good, and just stay here. All right, so the reason why we want to be on your fingertips is because when you're on your fingertips, you're giving yourself more height through your upper torso, right? And that will make it easier for you to maintain this pose. Because when your upper torso is leaning downwards, right, with your hands flat, you're going to feel like you're falling forward. But if you lift with your fingertips on the floor and your upper torso is lifting, it makes the pose a lot easier. All right, beginning to break. Step the right foot all the way back. Come all the way up and around. Reverse warrior. Stretch out your left side. Stay here for a breath or two. Derotating, stretching. And then hands back to the floor. Left foot stepping back plank. Inhale one breath. Exhale all the way down to the belly. So you have two choices here. You can repeat what we did on the first round. Or if you're able to bend your knees and bind the hands to your feet, go ahead and take it. Got it? Good. All right, when you're ready, kick your feet back as you lift your thighs. As your upper torso is lifting from the resistance of your legs, also think about your upper chest lifting away from the floor. you're going into the back bend here. For 3, 2, 1. Release. And again, child's pose. Nice and slow in your transition. Drawing your seat back toward your heels. All right, camel pose. So you're going to lift your seat up, tucking your toes under. Again, revisit 1/5 distance between your knees. Then you're going to stand up on your knees once again, but this time you're going to take your hands. The palms are to your lower back, and your fingers are around the top of the glutes. Right? You're going to draw the elbows back to broaden your chest. Lean the hips forward, activating your quads, and with the hips leaning forward, your upper torso leaning back, and this is your camel pose. There's a back bend here. Now, if this is good enough, your back bending abilities, this is your limit, stay here, supporting with your hands. If you have a deeper back bend, you can reach back to your heels with your hands. Right? If it's too deep, come back here. Yeah, come back here. That's right. All right, let's break. Lifting all the way back up. Gently walk your hands forward. Down dog. And start to walk your feet forward toward your hands. Come toward the front of the mat. Then walk your feet in together and your inner thighs together. Then bend the knees. Lift the head, lift the upper back. Shift the weight back toward your heels, and with a neutral spine, use the strength of the legs to come all the way up. Once you stand up all the way, extend the arms out and up. Exhale, side bending to the right. Right, so this is all neutralization. Inhale back to center. Exhale, side bending to your left. Take it back to center. Stepping on the left foot. Pick up the right knee. Open up the knee to the side, grabbing your right ankle and taking your foot to the inner left leg. So try to go above the left knee joint if you can. If that's really tight for your hips and it's throwing off your balance, you can go below the knee, and that'll make it easier for you to balance. Once you have your balance, arms up and out. Now you want to step the foot to the inner thigh. That's right. Good. You might want to go below the knee so it's easier. Go below the knee joint. Yeah. It's good? Okay. And the arms up. Good. Stay there. So this is your tree pose. So keep the gaze at any fixed point towards the floor so that will help you to balance. Sometimes holding a balance, not as easy as you imagine, right? All right, let's break. Arms up, stepping your right foot down, feet together, knees together, bend the knees for chair, holding it here for 3, 2, 1. Lengthen the legs and dive forward. Stay here in the forward fold for 3, 2, 1. So with your hands supporting, bend the knees, let the seat drop a little bit. Lift the head, lift the upper back so your spine is in a much more neutral position. Shift the weight back toward the heels with a neutral spine. Use the strength of your quads to help you stand up without using your back. And then extend the arms out and up. Let's take out in a T position, and this time let's twist to your left. Square back to center. Twist to the right. Square back to center. Stepping on the right foot. Pick up the left knee. Open up the knee to the left side. Grab that foot. Take it to the inner right thigh. Above the knee joint if you can. Below the knee joint if that helps you to balance better. Then extend the arms out in a Y position and holding it here. So again, keep the gaze at any fixed point to the floor so that that can help you to balance. Good. You have about 3 more breaths. Right? The balance gets harder as we get more tired, right? So do the best you can to maintain. All right, let's break. Arms up. Step the left foot down. Chair. Staying in chair for 3, 2, 1. Dive forward, forward fold. Crow pose. Arm balancing. You're going to walk your hands forward about 1.5 feet. Take your hands about shoulders width, palms are flat. Middle fingers point straight forward. You're going to shift to come to your tiptoes and start to bend your knees a little bit. And then also draw the arms back so that you can meet the knees to the back of the arms. With your elbows bent, gaze slightly forward, shift the entire body forward, nice and slow. You're not throwing the weight forward, you're just gently moving forward so that when your hands can bear the weight of the body, your toes can come off the floor in a balance, if that's available. If that's not available, keep your toes on the floor and just work with your weight drawing forward. Right? So, Bobby, you have to bend your elbows. Yes. And then, yeah, that's right. Keep the gaze looking forward to the floor and shift the weight forward when your elbows line up over your wrists, right? But you don't have to take the feet off the floor if you're not comfortable with that, right? Okay. You don't have to do it. There you go. Good. Yeah, even in your state of weakness, you still got it. Awesome. All right, let's make your way back. Walk it back to down dog. Raise your left leg up for pigeon. Draw the left knee in toward the nose and land that shin to the floor. So you're in a pointed toe position, standing on top of your left shin. Left thigh angles out 30 to 45 degrees with your hands supporting. Inch your right knee as far back as you can. And notice your foot is on front of your groins. Okay? So once you have it here, walk your hands back and lift your spine. So you want to feel like your hips are level here. Davashi, your knee is too close. Tuck your toes and walk your knee further back so you can lower your hips. There you go. Even more if you can. I think you can. Yeah, good. And walk your hands back and lengthen your spine. Good. There you go. This is where you feel, if you're falling off to one side, it's going to feel like you're sitting down and you're not balanced, right? If your hips are balanced, you can do this without your hands, right? So this is what you're looking for, this feeling of balance, and your hips are level to the floor. Once you're set, you can walk your hands forward and lower your forearms down, and this is your pigeon. Good. Walk your hands forward and lower your forearms. There you go. Now notice that the left thigh is not underneath your torso, not underneath your belly. It's off to the side a little bit. That helps you to create some space so that you can lower and flatten to the floor a little bit more. Good. So pigeon is a very nice hip opener. Quad stretch of your right leg. Left thigh stretch, left knee stretch. Three more breaths. All right, let's start to lift back up, walk your hands back in. Take the left seat down and swing the right leg forward. And you're probably sitting on the left side a little bit, so center your seat. Make sure you're feeling even. All right, let's take a leg cradle. You're going to bend your right knee and then support the right heel from the underside of your foot. And make sure you flex your right foot. And you can lean back first to grab that foot. And once you have that foot, you want to come back to sit up tall. Now, once you have the right foot flexing, you want to elevate the heel the best you can. Good. Now, this is good enough. You're going to stay here. If you're able to thread your arms underneath your right shin and then pulling the heel in so that your shin is parallel to the torso. Now, Zane, you might want to separate your arms a little bit so that you can support the right ankle as well. Make sure you flex your foot. That's right. All right, do the best you can to draw the heel in so that it's directly in front of your heart center and about parallel to the floor, best you can. Good. All right, so you should feel a nice hip opening, right? Hip stretch. All right, let's start to release. We're going to take the hands to grab either side of the right foot and extend forward. If you're not able to fully extend the leg, you can always bend your knee. Or you can grab the back of the right leg and work here, your choice. Right? Zane's legs are so long, it's really hard to reach your foot as well as your hamstring stretch, right? Not so much. Yeah, that's okay. Again, you can keep your right knee bending, you can grab the back of the leg. I see you shaking, so yeah, it's a lot of work for you right here. That's okay. Just keep working on the best you can. All right, you're going to start to grab the back of the right leg, bend your right knee a little bit. You're going to shift back and raise your left leg as well and balance on your sacrum. Right? Connect with your balance. Now, if you tend to round the spine a lot, right, I want you to think about lifting your chest and leaning the head back slightly. You're going to look forward at an angle. All right, so trying to maintain a neutral spine the best you can always. Right, once you have your balance, can you release your hands and not support with your hands? Good. Keep it there if that helps you to balance. Right, eventually, once you learn to balance in your sacrum, you can free up your hands, okay? Otherwise, the rest of us are just going to hold it here. Just keep holding. All right, so this is using all your subtle core, right? Now, if you have the extension of the legs to amp it up, take it best you can. You don't have to if that's too tough for you, right? So by lengthening out the legs, it's even harder, right? So the longer the legs, the heavier you're going to be. So another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs, inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. All right, so again, for you guys, bend the knees, flex your feet, grab the side of the legs, inhale, lengthen, keep a neutral spine, and then lean forward from there. So the key point for forward folding, whether you're standing or you're sitting, is you don't want to round the spine, right? When you round the spine, that's what your spine is supposed to do. You lose all the tension for the stretch. But if you maintain a lengthy spine and then work from there, then you get the benefits of the lower back stretch. Now, of course, if your hamstrings are tight or your hips are tight, the modification is to bend the knees. Keep that neutral spine and hinge there. So you can definitely feel it, right, on your lower back. And that's what you want always for any seated forward bend or standing forward bend. Stretch your lower back. All right, start to release. Draw the left heel in. Swing the right leg back through that pigeon. We're going to walk back to down dog. All right, second side. Right leg up. Draw the right knee in toward the nose. This should be your second side. Pointed toe position. Land that shin to the floor. Right thigh angles out to side, 30 to 45 degrees. With your hands supporting, inch your left knee as far back as you can so you can lower your seat the best you can. Then untuck the toes, walk your hands in, and lift. This is where you feel for your test of the balance, right? Once you have a level position, now you can walk your hands forward, lowering your forearms down or making pillows at the hands, your choice. So you should feel a really nice right glute stretch, left thigh stretch. Now, once you get into the pose and you feel like, okay, I've released a little bit, if your left knee is too close to the right heel, you can always inch your left knee further back, right, and lower the hips some more. So you can always get deeper into the pose. Good, good, good. And so for those of us with tight hips, this is a really good one because once you get in here, right, there's very little movement that you have to do. You just kind of allow breath and gravity to help you sink into the hip opener, right? So once you set it up correctly, you just sink in. Good. 3 more breaths. All righty, let's start to break. Lift the torso back up. You're going to take the right seat down and swing the left leg all the way around. So you're probably off to right side a little bit. So center your seat so you feel nice and level. And bend your left knee with your hands supporting your left heel from the outside of the ankle. All right, make sure you flex your left foot. All right, once you have your footing, then you want to sit up tall. Then once you have your lengthy spine, start to elevate your left heel best you can. All right, so this is just a preparation. You're beginning to let the hips kind of get into the shape of the pose that you're looking for. All right, once you have a little bit of that opening, then if you're able to thread your arms underneath your left shin, make sure you flex your left ankle. Start to draw that shin closer toward the heart center, and this is your proper leg cradle. All right, so they call this a leg cradle. Right? It's like cradling a little baby is what they always describe it as, a leg cradle. 2 more breaths. So again, this is a really nice hip opener, right? You're just changing the shape of your pigeon, right? So this is what a pigeon is, right? So you're just, rather than laying forward, you're elevating your heel and bringing your shin toward your chest as opposed to your chest going toward your shin, right? So this is just changing the shape and the orientation of your pigeon. All right, let's start to release. Take the hands to either side of the left foot and extend forward, keeping a bend of the left knee if you need to, or grab the back of the left leg, your choice. Shaking already. All right. So these are poses that you don't do really at all on a daily basis, right? And that's the reason why, even as soon as you get into it, your muscles are reacting. That's okay. Don't bring too much tension to it, but just ease your way into it. If it's shaking a little bit, it's okay. Just don't overdo it and just allow the muscles to slowly take the shape. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better for you, so that's not so strenuous and not so reactive for your muscles. Good. All right, so start to bend your left knee, support the left leg. Shift back toward the sacrum, raise your right leg, and support that right leg as well. And just start to balance on your sacrum here. All right, this time you're going to take yogic toe lock. Middle index fingers grab hold of the big toes. To the best of your ability, you're going to extend the legs forward. Good, almost there. So maybe for Devashi, you can maybe grab the back of the legs like this. Yeah, best you can. Good, good. Then, to the best of your abilities, separate your legs in a Y position. Good. If you're holding it here, you're holding it here. If your knees are bent, your knees are bent. Right? There's many options. Good. All right, so balancing on your sacrum really is kind of a skill that you have to really hone in on, right? It's not so easy to balance on just a small part of your anatomy on your base of the spine. Now, if you're feeling pretty balanced here, And you can release your hands. You're just going to hold it. Good. Even if your knees are bent, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release, legs forward, inhale, arms up, exhale, forward fold. Again, if you need to bend your knees, lengthen your spine to draw forward, that is your forward bend. Good. Good. Keep testing and see what feels good that is achievable for you. So maybe bending of the knees this deeply doesn't really feel like it's doing much. So yes, you can extend forward, but keep a slight bend and just work a little bit more deeply forward, right? So whatever it is. Good. All right, so the key is no matter what shape we take, we want to feel particularly for the lower back stretch here in a forward fold. Knees bending is a modification. You also want to flex your feet. Right, eventually. Right, so for me, this is about all that I can do, right? So even as a yoga teacher, I don't have a lot of flexibility. I've been doing this for close to 20 years. This is about the range that I get, unless I get a really good day and I can go a little bit more. But to full flat, it's not something that I'm able to do. So you just honor what you have and you work with the best technique. All right, starting to break, release. Hands either side as you lower onto your back. Once you're on your back, draw the left knee in toward the chest. Take the left arm out to a T position. You can also go downwards alongside the hips. And then slowly twist to the right. You're going to roll to outer right hip, outer right leg, and the lower back comes off the floor as you twist. Good. So Zane, you can take the hand to the top of the leg, so it's a little bit right hand to the top of the leg, so it's easier. Instead of like pulling down like this, you're just more free to press down. So Bobby, you're feeling like the veteran in here, right? Come back to center, switch legs, switch arms, twist to the other side. All right, slowly draw back to center and hug both knees in toward the chest. Stretching your lower back, bringing your body back into left and right symmetry. Slowly release your feet to the floor. Slide the legs forward, separate your feet, toes are gently turning out. Arms alongside the body, palms face up, eyes are closed. Shavasana, find a relaxation. Let everything go. Try not to hold any tension to your arms or to your legs. And beginning to draw your breath back in and start to move the fingers and the toes. And when you're ready, reach the arms overhead, stretching opposite directions like you're waking up in the morning. And then rolling over to the right side and come up to a comfortable cross-legged position. And when you take your seat, let's take your non-dominant shin on top again, so you're using your non-dominant hip a little bit more. Palms face up, fingers in Dhyana Mudra. Reconnecting to an even seat, a lengthy spine, shoulders broad, breath deep, and let the neck be free. Inhale for Om. Hands together in prayer, bowing forward, sealing the practice. Come up. Namaste. Thank you so much for being here today. And thank you for sharing your practice with me. My name is Stephen Chang, coming to you live from 333 Grand in downtown Jersey City, New Jersey. Please visit my website, simhayoga.com, for the hybrid schedule, which is in person here at 333 Grand, as well as through Zoom. You can register for class through ubindi.com. And if you're watching this on YouTube, classes are $10, and you can pay through Venmo or PayPal. Payment information on the bottom of the video, as well as my website, simhayoga.com. Thank you for joining me. See you next time.